Such a ugly weather. It's been like this for like a couple of weeks now, and it's a little hard to pretty much do anything outside. It's been raining almost all week. Temperature goes up and down, gets a little warmer, and then it gets pretty cold again, and a little warmer, it gets a little cold again, and kind of depresses you and doesn't want to make you work on a car. But I gotta push myself, and I have to work on a car today. So what's up, everybody? So once again, we're back again with the STI, and I've got some pretty good news. I applied for some sponsorships, and at least one company really bite onto it, and it was Whiteline. So thankfully Whiteline is on board, gave me a cool sponsorship, and I am getting some stuff from them. Let me show you really quick. So I already have Whiteline products, which is my rear sway bar and end links, and I've used Whiteline before in my past WRX, and today I have a subframe, or it's actually the rear subframe bushings to stiffen up that rear subframe in the back, and I also have the lateral control arms that are right in there. So I can get a little bit more camber in the back, and it's adjustable, it's lightweight and stuff. So this is pretty much the bushings. There's 4, or actually there's like 8 bushings, but it's like half and half. So it's gonna be 4 of them. They're pretty thick, and then there's like 4 points that hold the rear subframe, and you gotta, pretty sure, looking at the instructions, you gotta cut the stock ones out, and then you gotta squeeze these ones in. So hopefully it's not too hard. The hardest thing that I think that is going to be is actually taking the whole subframe. You gotta take the whole subframe out, including the differential. So that's probably gonna be a lot of work. And here we got the rear control arms, the Whiteline color, the silver color they got right now. Pretty sure that's a nice stiff bushing in there. And then these are the bolts and the washer to have that camber adjustment in the back. So my plan is to have -3 in the back, -3 in the front for that track, for a little bit more grip and better cornering. So I gotta get the car up, and I gotta take the diffuser off, and I'm going to inspect the underneath of it and see what I need to do, because I've never done this before. Ladder control arms are pretty simple. I've taken those off, I've done it before, but the rear subframe, I have no idea. So and the instructions really don't say how to take off the rear subframe. It just tells you that you gotta take it off, and that's it. So I'm gonna raise the car and see what we got. All right. So, damn, I can't fit them here. All right. So, this is one of the bushings, and the other side's the same, and then the other bushing is up here behind the sway bar. I have to take off the parts of the exhaust. The good thing about my nameless performance exhaust is that it's like in pieces, so I can take it off from here down there, and then from here, and then leave these on. Gotta fix this a little bit, kind of move it that way a little bit to the right. I don't know why it's so stuck there. But yeah, I'm gonna start taking off the exhaust and then figure how to take these out. So I'm pretty sure I gotta take all these off, and then I got my transmission jack, put it here, lowered it with the whole thing, because everything is connected, everything. I do have to take off the coilover too, just this bolt, so that it's the only thing that is connected to the car that is not connected with the whole rear subframe. I gotta be careful with all the cables that are around here. The dog is playing around. I gotta be careful with all the cables that are connected, and just to make sure lower it nice and slowly, and hopefully I just lower it to here. I gotta check if I gotta take the what's that, the axle or the diff axle off. I'm not entirely sure if I can just lower it with it there and then work on it right here without going too far. So I'm gonna take the exhaust now and see what is going to happen next. Okay, so I pretty much got everything disconnected, all the bolts off. I think the only bolts that are left are those 4 big bolts that are holding the whole subframe. So I already got the transmission jack on it, holding on, and I'm about to unbolt those bolts, and hopefully that's all I need and it drops down. Alright, so I have the subframe lowered. As you guys can see right there, I got probably 3 inches there. So this is the big bushing that I have to take off. So in the instruction, it says to drill into the bushing and then use an air saw to cut something out, but I don't have an air saw, so I'm gonna try to drill into these bushings and see if I can just basically, I don't know, make a huge hole and take this whole piece out and see how it goes from there. I lowered it just enough and I put it up a little bit so this cable's still connected and the brake lines are still connected over there, so make sure that I don't, you know, pull them, break them or something. So yeah, some condensation everywhere. Yeah, so let's see.
3 hours later.
Okay, this is a little bit of the aftermath of all this rubber, and it's still not out. I've drilled a hole in it. Well, actually I've drilled some tons and tons of holes in there, but for the life of me I can't cut it like completely out. That's a lot of rubber, and now there's like a bunch of little metal shards there, and they're starting to hurt. I started to get like all the little metal shards. Oh shit. I started to get all the little shards in like my skin. And this is a little bit more than I expected, and got no clue what I'm doing. Well, I do have a clue what I'm doing, but it's just that I don't have the little saw thing that so I was thinking like maybe I could do a bunch of holes with the drill, and then I was able to get it out. So I think I'm gonna go to the store and buy the saw. Alright, what's up guys? It is the next day. It's still, temperature is the same, weather's the same, crappy clouds. Last night I have to buy this saw to help me cut it, because the instructions do say that you have to use an air saw to cut the piece of metal. So it took me like around 10 minutes to cut it. I did nick the inside of it just a little bit, but this is the piece of crap that is inside that is nice and tight. Yeah, got it all cut up and finally came out. So I'm pretty sure just with one nice clean cut, because as you guys can see here, I wasn't cutting it deep enough, you're able to kind of take it out. So I got one out and I got 3 left, so I'm gonna do that really quick, and then hopefully I don't nick the other ones too much, and then the bushing will fit in there nice and perfect. At least we're getting some progress, because I had no idea what the I'm doing. Right, see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I got them all out finally. The first one, as you guys know, I drilled a bunch of holes and it took me forever. Second one was a little bit easier. Third one was easiest, and then the fourth one, of course, because I'm already like a pro on this, is the most easiest of all. It took me like 5 minutes to do. This is the aftermath of all the rubber and little shards of metal that was from yesterday from drilling, trying to break it all apart by drilling it. All those little small shards kind of fell on me, and they were cutting me, and they're poking me, and they were like all over my body. Still got like a bunch of rubber all on top of me. And this is basically where the new bushings are gonna go. As you guys can see right there, you know, I nicked it a little bit, you know, trying to break this thing apart. This is what the stock bushing looks like, as you guys can see here. So I drill a hole there, kind of, so I can fit these my little cutter, and then basically I make it a slice, and then sometimes I try to use the flathead screwdriver, kind of like open it apart, but this one came out pretty easy. I just like hammered it down and it all came down. Okay, so these are the bushings. This one goes on top, just right here like that. Squeeze it down, and then this one goes on the bottom just like that. And I'm gonna put some lubricant there, and then I'm gonna start putting these on nice and tight, and then putting everything back together how it was, and then we're gonna test it out. So I'm so excited I got this done. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to do it because I had no idea what I was doing, but finally, let's get this ball rolling. Okay, so everything is installed. Bushings are right here. I just gotta put this little plates that were stock and put it on top, and then they get squished between the body and the bushing. That's pretty much it. That was it's fairly easy. The thing that takes the most time is just cutting it off, but you got to have the right tools. Just like I didn't do the first day, but second day having the right tools, it's all good. So I'm gonna put it all apart and then take it for a spin, and yeah, I hope it's very nice and tight compared to the stock. Oh, also, I know Riley Sports Direct has a installation for the inserts, and they can show you the difference between the movement between stock and the inserts. These are full bushings, these are not inserts, so pretty sure these are stiffer than the inserts. So if you guys are interested to see the differences between the stock and the aftermarket inserts, which are not these ones, you can see that they fairly move, and then the inserts don't move that much, but this one's should be way tighter. So let me put everything back together, and then we'll take it for a spin. Okay, so taking the car for a spin now, just to make sure there's no big clunks. See how it feels. If it feels a little bit different. According to Whiteline, this is for basically hard cornering and stuff like that. It helps with the cornering, stiffen up that rear subframe. Let's see if I can hear anything, really. I just want to make sure I got no clunks, I got everything nice and tight. I triple check everything just to make sure. And let's see how it goes. I'm gonna go to my little close twisties that I have here, one of these little back roads by where I live, and see how it feels. Tight. Feels a little tighter in the back, I must say. It's not like a night and day difference, but there is something a little tighter in back there. So taking little twisties here, so many twisties, which is not really that much twisties, but it is something. And it's a car. There's a good feedback on my steering wheel, like when I do the little turn, it's like there. It is there. So it's not a huge difference because, you know, car's still newish. So bushings, it's not like the bushings are like destroyed or anything like that, but there is a little bit of nice feedback in the rear. I don't hear no clunks, no nothing out of the ordinary back there. It feels great, but my car definitely needs an alignment because I still have an alignment from the coilovers. I don't daily my car, so it usually stays in the garage. So I was waiting for these parts and stuff in the rear control arm so I can get that installed and then get an alignment. And then next up is going to be the rear control arm, and then a good alignment for that. And then because even my steering wheel is not even straight because you know, camber in the front. I guess I'm have more camber on one side than the other side. And then get that, when I get the rear control arms, get that rear camber to -3, maybe. Yes. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.